All right, Shalom. We gotta start by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi, BaHaSham, Qadash. Double honor to the apostle and elders, GreatMillStone. And Shalom to like I did, doing word of faith, labor, love, truth, sincerity. That's your brother Jay, my soldier of faith, New Jersey. Here with the weekly sit down. And the topic is the time is short.
Parentheses, prophecy.
Yeah, so with that, just gonna let the Lord speak how the Lord wants us to speak, and Lord willing, this segment is edifying. So, well, we got a scripture with that.
I got something. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 29. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none.
Mm-hmm.
It says, and they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not, and they that use the world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away.
Right, so it's just basically letting you know not to get comfortable with the things of this world, because this really has nothing on the world that we have to come. Because somebody real quick grab me Colossians 3 and 2 real quick. So we're not supposed to be focused on the things of this world, because what we have to come is much more than this world could ever possibly offer us. So bring it back from the top again.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 29. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none.
Right, so even if you got a woman, which, most men, hey, we need that for our release or whatever it is that we need, but still, hey, where should your attention be? It should be towards the prophecy, be toward the Lord, be towards your salvation. Go ahead.
And they that weep as though they wept not.
Meaning, don't worry about all the stuff that's, you got to deal with within this world, even though it is hard not to focus on those, but don't make those things your priorities. Know that we got something greater coming, and still keep pushing towards that in the midst of all of your hard times, because that's the strength of Jake. Jake can still be able to do whatever they got to do in the midst of hard times. So go ahead.
It says, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not.
Right, so don't make all your times, just about mirth. Of course, we have good times or whatever the case may be, but at the end of the day, there's a mission to be done, a mission to be fulfilled. So that's what the main focus needs to be, because the rest of the world, they just constantly worry about having a good time. Where's the next laugh? Where's the next party at? What's the next this, that? That's a never-ending cycle. But we know that America has an ending cycle that's about to come up very soon. So bring that out real quick.
This is Colossians 3 and 2. Set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth.
Right, set your affection on things above, not on the earth. Because we know that this place is about to be burnt to shreds, man. So what is there to really focus on here on the earth for, when we know that, hey, our true life and our true living, it's going to be in the world to come. It don't make sense to focus on it now when we have the hereafter.
I got a quick one real quick. It's the back end. This is 2 Esdras chapter 9 verse 5. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning, and the end is manifest.
So everything in the world has a beginning and an end. Except for our world that is to come, that ain't going to never end. But in this present world, everything has a beginning and an end, man. And Esau, they had the beginning of their reign. Now they're facing the end of their reign. The end of America's glory. The end of this glorious world that people could never thought come to ruin. Because the only thing that really people see is what the coming of the future, what's happening in the future, robotics, technology, this, that, and the third. All that shit is going to come down to nothing, man. All of it. All the gadgets, the gizmos, the C-hips, and, the fancy phones and all of that, man. Because the technology and the things that we're going to have in the kingdom to come is going to be shitting on this, man. We ain't gonna need actual phones to talk, man. We might just make something just to be fancy or whatever, but we ain't gonna need phones to talk, man. You know?
Yeah, this is verse 6. Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. And every one that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed.
Right, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. It's about the faith that we have, you know, in the Lord, and us showing our faith, you know, by our works, you know, on a daily, on a weekly, doing shows like this, you know, whether you studying or whatever, you know, whether you having conversations with people and you just can't help it that the word is just coming out of you, you know what I'm saying? Just when you're having general conversation, you trying to break something down to somebody or explain something to somebody, man. You know, that's how you constantly show and prove, you know, your faith for the Lord. But that ultimate test is going to come, you know, hey, when we really got to put our bodies on the line, man. You know, for real. That's when the real test is going to come. And that's something that we should all look forward to because, hey, why wouldn't you look forward to the big test?
Right.
You know, you look forward to, you know, taking your finals so you can pass and, you know, and get that A stamped on your paper or whatever, or to go to the next passing grade. You know, so we trying to go to the next level with this thing, man. You know, because America is done. After this, and we pass this test, there's no more levels to reach. We done reach the final level if we pass this test, man. So that's what we're looking forward to, man. You know?
And I was gonna say too, this test isn't something that's just like, what's the word for it? Like for instance, like the scriptures say that the law doesn't save you. So it's more than just the law, man. It's you gotta work out your own salvation with like fear and trembling, fear and trembling, and praying, man, fasting, doing all this stuff because here it is. People talk about the law, but what about your faith, man? Like the time when something hits shits the fan, Jacob's trouble shits the fan. You gonna throw that stuff out the window, man? You know.
That's how you know the law ain't gonna save you, but faith is.
Right.
But the law, that doesn't mean we don't practice or rehearse the law.
Right.
The law is here to govern our flesh. You have to understand the law is in a way, it's a principles.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you have standards, you have principles. There's certain things you do, there's certain things you don't do. That's what law is, man. See, we're gonna be made perfect, like brothers mentioned, and we reaching that highest level. That highest level is when we be changed.
Mm-hmm.
As Apostle Paul said, be changed in the twinkling of an eye, man.
Right.
You know, putting on what? The incorruptible body.
There it is.
Real quick precept from y'all brothers. This is 1 Peter 1:7. That the trial of your faith being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahawashi Mashiach. You know?
Test what's gonna do, you know, put his men do that fire, man. You know, and pretty much it's just a refiner, you know, that and test your faith. You see? Because you got guys, you know, we're seeing out here, they're losing faith at the end of the day, man.
Right.
You know, changing up the doctrine, you know.
Paul's writings are not authoritative or whatever.
Authoritative, but then when he asked the question, when the Christian asked the correct question on that question did not even go with it. I mean, the answer didn't go with the question.
He wasn't going to answer the question
Right.
because he himself don't believe in Paul's writings. That's as he said.
Mm-hmm.
You can do damage control all you want. He said it.
Mm-hmm. And I believe that he asked him, was Paul a Roman? Why didn't you just answer the question? You know what I'm saying? You see, and you don't even understand to go through the breakdown with that. Right. You know, Paul used that as pretty much as a way to get around, you know, the Romans, pretty much. Use it to his advantage as being a Roman citizen.
Why you think he mentioned also use the world but don't abuse the world?
Right.
Mm.
You know, that is wisdom, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's wisdom.
Right.
Because today, living here in America, we use the world but not abusing it. It helps us to get by.
Right. Right. Yep, use the things that you're able to get around in this wicked ass place, man. you know, and you just use wisdom, man, you know. Okay, so Paul used that to his advantage, and that's what he did, you know. But it didn't necessarily make him a Roman, you know, which these Christians, these sloppy Christians out here would have you to believe. But why didn't you just answer the question, you know?
Just to back you up, because Paul understood that it's about the sincerity of a man. It's about the sincerity of a man, and that takes you into faith. You know, the Lord said He don't look with the outward appearance of man as we do, but He looks within the inward part of man. Roughly paraphrasing, showing you that the Lord knows who is His, and He knows the intention behind what that person is doing. Is it evil or is it good?
Right.
Is it bad intentions or good intentions?
Right.
You know, and it's all about faith.
Right. And Paul pretty much finessed a fetish,
Finesse
right?
him, yeah.
Finessed him,
Finesse
you know?
him, yep.
Finessed him in the spirit,
That's
man,
how
you
you
know?
do it.
You know, like I said, you played the ultimate, pretty much the ultimate politician, man. You know, personal testimony, man. You know, that's how I move at work, man.
Hey, that's
You know?
Jake. Surprise him.
Yeah, you gotta play the ultimate politician, man. You know, you go, hey, the guy going, you know, come on, man, you know, like, they like that, man. You know, you stroke a person's ego, man.
Yeah.
You know,
So that's the Edomite.
you see that?
He said,
You know?
be peaceful with all men.
Mhm.
You know?
You know, and the scriptures also think about agree with thy adversary quickly.
Be harmless as a dove, wise as a
You
serpent.
see, and these are the things that Paul did. You know what I'm saying? You know, and we are kind of take from these things and apply that in our walk in this valley of shadow of death at the end of the day. You know?
If you don't take those things and apply it, you be a fool. If you don't take those things and apply it, you are or you will be a fool. Because this is how you get in. Matter of fact, the police pull you over.
Mhm.
You're gonna say, I'm an Israelite, fucking devils.
Yeah.
And then they bust the window,
Mhm.
drag you out of the window instead of opening the car door.
Mhm.
You resisted.
Right.
You know, agree with your adversary.
Right.
You know, hey, you know what? It's his laws. Let me get my registration. Let me get my license. First off, if you're a brother that's in the right spirit, you're gonna make sure before you drive, you're gonna get the license and registration so that if you do get pulled over,
Yep.
and you go, officer, what's going on? Anything that you need?
Mhm.
All right.
Right.
So you can get it on.
Right. You're going about your business, man. And especially if you got tints on your window, put all four windows going down.
Right.
All four windows going down. Don't even give them no type of inkling of thinking that you trying to do something and make them feel comfortable, man.
You're not a suspect.
Yeah, that's it, man. And let me go on my way.
You ain't got nothing out of that.
You see?
I was gonna say nobody want to get their ass beat to a stereo, you know.
You know?
But yeah, man, I was gonna say too, like, all in all, it made me think of this when I get the same thing about the cop thing. You get dragged out of the car and everything like that, and then the next day you like, yeah, man, I'm catching hell. Nah, that's you being stupid, man.
Yo, catch hell, man. Damn, yo. Fucking devil.
Yeah, man, I just catch hell yesterday, yo. You know what I'm saying? No, man, you didn't catch hell. You being stupid, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Or you done went to the Moab spot and bought you a staff or sword, and then you pull it out on an Edomite walking up the street, and knowing this Edomite just going about his day, but you call him a devil,
Right.
call him an Edomite. You know, when he going about his day, you could have just walked past him, and then you get locked up for starting shit, and then you got the staff for you, and then you talking about something catching hell.
Right.
Stupid, you know?
Hey, the perfect example we talked about earlier, you got some individuals that were pretty much were getting chastised in the spirit, man. But you know, pretty much, man, they hardened their neck, you know, and pretty much took counsel from somebody that's not in the spirit. You know, you taking counsel from somebody of a carnal standpoint, and pretty much that was leading you to your own destruction, man.
Right.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
because what now? You outside the body, man.
Right.
You're outside the body because you took counsel from somebody that's not in the spirit.
Right.
You see? You know? And you thought that at the time you thought that was the right way to go, but at the end of the day, an individual like that is not working in the spirit. He's a carnal man.
Yeah, and I was
You
gonna,
know?
I was gonna say, going back to that scripture as far as trying your faith, you are gonna be tried. Don't forget that, man. Like, people not like you for just no reason and everything like that. Me and Kahan was actually talking about that. Like, there's gonna be guys at your job, they're gonna have that certain spirit, in other words, a demon on them to try just to fuck with you, man. So, and again, you should use wisdom. Be what wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove, and yeah, use wisdom, man. You know, don't go too crazy. Just wait and be patient.
Satan's always gonna have his little minions working for him, man, and try to dig brothers out of the spirit, man.
Yeah.
You walking in our everyday life, you're gonna run to that, man. And you already see, man, with Satan working with this man, this individual, and all of a sudden now, he start fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta keep it spiritual, man. There's a reasoning, spiritual reasoning behind it, man.
I got you. This is 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you.
Right, you can't put your trial above anybody else's or what you're going through. Everybody catching hell, man.
Right.
At the end of the day, man. Brothers is going through a lot of different things, man. Different various reasons, man. And a lot of times, man, the Lord is testing you to strengthen yourself in this particular area, with your characteristic, and pretty much you want to maintain your integrity and come out on the other side with fire colors.
Right.
You know?
And I was gonna say too, the strange thing is these things coming against you, and you think it's for no reason, but it is for a reason. You're being tried, you're being tested. Testing your faith. And then also what goes into faith is also believing. I remember we was talking about that at camp. Believing. If you don't believe, and it's like, why are you here, man?
Right.
Like this is the whole thing about believing. Yahawashi went to these people and they didn't believe.
Well, he healed the ones that did believe.
Right, the ones that did believe, and that's the thing, yeah. And the one, I think it was a girl that went to believe if she touched his garment, she will be healed, and it happened, man.
I believe that was the mystery woman. The woman that had the mystery.
The woman.
Yeah, man, that's a beautiful thing. She believed. That's the whole point about it. If you don't believe, then it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, real quick, the brothers is harping on tribe, right? So I looked up the word tribe in the blue letter, all right, and the Greek word is
Strong's G 1383, Dakimion.
all right, dakimion. It says the proving that by which something is tried or proved a test.
Yeah, right. The Lord is going to prove his men. Okay. You basically got to just maintain that integrity, man, to be able to come out on the other side, man, and be refined, so to speak, man. Always got to get one to grow on, pretty much.
So Jacob's trouble is going to be called, or AKA the proving grounds,
Right.
because it's the trial of your faith, right? Even though we're tried now with our faith now, but in Jacob's trouble, you're really going to be tried.
Yep.
It says, Strong's definition, it says, a testing, by implication, trustworthiness, trial, trying. Now we go to the lexicon, it says equivalent to the proving. Then it gives us James 1 and 3. And then it says 2, that by which something is tried or proven a test.
And I was gonna say too, when I think about prove, I think it's the 2 Corinthians 13 and 5, where it says to prove your own selves, whether you be reprobates, man, because you're proving yourself, working out your own salvation, examining yourself continuously, going through the spirit, So it's proving yourself, not only to yourself, but also proving yourself worthy to be with Yahawashi and Yahawashi,
So, you was bringing out that word test. About going through things. This is 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. There is no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able. But will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that you may be able to bear it.
Yeah, that's beautiful right there, man. The Lord is always going to make a way, man, for you to get out of the situation, man. See? He knows your strength. He knows that what you can pretty much handle and deal with. So he's not gonna do anything above your strength. And pretty much he's gonna have that little side door right there. You can go ahead and you got it.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, go that way.
Go like here?
Yeah.
Go out that little side, go out that little side door right there, you know what I'm saying? You know? And it's just like I said, it's just, you know, brothers gotta, you know, pretty much, again, maintain that integrity, man. You gotta have integrity in this truth, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you know, can't go for that other team, man, so to speak, man. You know? Because, you know, they're gonna put the things out there that's gonna be looking, you know, pretty much tantalizing for the carnal man. You see? But we understand the end game, man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? The end game is very, very important, and for us to actually believe that it's gonna go down the way the Lord says it's gonna go down.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And that this man is gonna take an L, for sure.
Big
You know?
L.
You know?
Capital
You know,
L.
all that talk and this, that, third, and you know, this devil, he's talking, he's bugged out, man. This man bugged out, man, the way he talking.
Big
He
L.
got some real, like future endeavors, boy. You know what I'm saying? That he's trying to get this thing accomplished, man. You know, he's coming out from behind the murky shadows, and he's stating his gangster.
Big
But
L.
how it's gonna go down, man? You see? Okay? This is the Prince of Tyrus, man. We're gonna destroy this damn devil, man. Okay? How dare you prop yourself up, man, and speak so proudly against the Lord, man? You see? And it's going just the way the playbook. We got the playbook, man. It's going just like how he's supposed to be going, man.
We know the plays.
You know? We got the almanac. Yeah.
I got a quick one. This is James 1:3. Knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience.
Yeah.
So it's a trial about patience, which patience means to suffer. So it's when you first come into this thing, you gotta realize that the honey is gonna be sweet, but then it's gonna get bitter. You know, and that trial of your suffering is gonna prove, which is proving grounds, you know, if you're a man of the Lord, you know, and the Lord knows who his elect is. So that's why it's important to fear Yahawashi and to keep his ordinance and give it all your might. You know, stay firm in the word, teach. If you're a teacher, prophesize and prophesize, you know, week in, week out, because the Lord is fulfilling prophecy. In return, we're going to receive a penny, you know, which represents salvation. You know, you want deliverance from the wicked.
Yeah, and with that real quick, it's Psalms 46 and 10. Be still and know that I am Yahawah. I will be exalted among the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth. And you know, just thinking about that scripture, like how the brother said, pretty much, you know, with patience, what Kai said, which means to suffer. And I always like the saying, patience is a virtue, because when it's loosely translated, it means to basically suffer like a man. And that's all we really can do, because at the end of the day, the world don't give a fuck about men, right? Chris Rock said it best, only women, children, and dogs basically have sympathy or get love, or loved unconditionally, you know what I'm saying? So everything about a man is really pushed to the wayside, especially the Israelite man, you know? So as much as we, you know, want retaliation on our enemies, as much as we want to get out of this kingdom and, you know, and truly be able to live how we're supposed to live, all we can do is be still and wait upon the Most High, because it's not up to us. So we have no choice but to have patience. So if you have to have patience, why not suffer righteousness and do what's right in the eyes of the Lord and then wait for your reward, man? You know?
Yeah, real quick, right? This is the Collins English for the word trial. It says a trial is a form of meeting in a law court at which a judge or jury listen to evidence and decide whether a person is guilty of a crime. And when you look at us being in this truth, it's like a trial. You know, let's say certain guys, knuckleheads, 2/3 get in trouble, and they can either cop out or take it to trial. And if they take it to trial, it's more of a harsh penalty if they're guilty. But if they take it to trial, it might just show that they were innocent, you know, or let's say they're not guilty, so to say. So when you look at it, the Lord's elect, he's going to improve them not iniquity, you know, through the trial.
You know, it makes perfect sense, because if you look at it, you know, this time where the world has never seen before, the most wicked time, the most hardest time of temptation. So if let's say you don't know who you are, you know, but you know you passed this test, you had to pass the test that came before, the test that came in previous lifetimes, because this is the hardest one. You passed it. You know, so like the brother's going into, I got a precept. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 67. Behold, God himself is the judge. Fear him. Leave off from your sins and forget your iniquities, to meddle no more with them forever. So shall God lead you forth and deliver you from all trouble. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle, with things offered unto idols. And they that consent to them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. Right? So there's only one way there's only two ways this is gonna play out. Like the precept the brother Shalimar brought out, how you can bring that out again now? Is that precept?
Yeah.
We know what we waiting for.
Yeah, Psalms 46 and 10. Be still and know that I am Yahawah. I will be exalted among the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth.
Right now, when is that gonna happen? That's gonna happen during what? World War III. So we have to wait, and we see World War III popping up. We see, America staging whatever, attacks that gotta happen over here for him to go over there and, and place, Captain Saber in the Middle East. That's all according to prophecy. So we know we see that happen.
Well, it actually started.
Yeah.
I was watching earlier the Apostle Tahar and the street teaching. He was saying, Apostle Tahar said, look, it started.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Because the pawns the pieces are in place.
Yep.
So it's just we're waiting for that climax.
And the Lord said, man, we gotta understand too, man, this is a beautiful time, man, because you understand that our power is the man of war. And what the Lord said, his determination is to gather the nations and bring them down into that area, man. And pretty much to where he's gonna sit and judge them. I'm saying, and the Lord says he's gonna plead there for his people, man. So we gotta know that this is pretty much, man, the beginnings of the end for this man's rulership, man. So it's a beautiful time at the end, and we have to pretty much cling on to wars and rumors of wars, and we knowing that the Lord is working in the minds of the kings, man. Okay, to pretty much get this thing popping, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say too that I don't know if brother said it or not, but the Lord is like our lawyer, man. It's like say you get a lawyer and he has it to where he lightens your sentence when it comes, and it's gonna be a better sentence than the ones that's again the 2/3 I could say. So we rather to go through this hell. That way the Lord can what's the word for it? Lighten our sentence, man. Again pleading our case.
Yeah, I got a real quick precept for you. This is the book of John, chapter 17, and start at verse 6. I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou gavest me out of the world. Thine they were, and thou gavest them me, and they have kept thy word. Now they have known that all things whatsoever thou hast given me are of thee. For I have given unto them the words which thou gavest me, and they have received them, and have known surely that I came out from thee, and they have believed that thou didst send me. I pray for them, I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine. It says, and all mine are thine, and thine are mine, and I am glorified in them. And now I am more in the world, and now I am no more in the world, but these are in the world. And I come to thee, Holy Father, keep through thy own name those whom thou hast given me, that they may be one as we are.
And that's talking about the elect, essentially, The Lord is pretty much making a separation, and the Lord has given particular men, this word and his name, and pretty much a prayer is being thrown up to the Heavenly Father, man, to pretty much carry us through that, But the Lord said that he have not lost one, So we pretty much gotta, ride out this course, right? You got it?
No, here's the point. The point is in 15, I'm gonna hit 14. I have given them thy word, and the world hath hated them, because they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. I pray not that thou should take them out of the world, but that thou should keep them from the evil.
Right, keep us from the evil, because we have to serve a purpose here, okay? Pretty much that's pretty much waking up the elect, okay? And pretty much the prayers being thrown up to keep us from the evil, because we're gonna be pretty much in those times, man. But still, at the end of the day, we got a job to do, and pretty much the Lord's gonna keep us safe, man. As long as we stay within his guidelines that he set forth. That's all.
It says, verse 16, they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth.
Right, and we're not with this Western type of society, man. It's whack, man. We see where it's going. We see that this place is morally and spiritually depleted. Okay, people are waxing worse and worse. We don't want to be partakers of these people, man. These people are doomed. Okay, because they pretty much don't know what the hell's going on. Okay, because I got this guy who posts a testimony, man. He thinking tired. What are you talking about, bro? Like you don't know what the hell's going on. Like he just think that people's opinions is just gonna just supersede what the Lord has prescribed for this place. These are these unbelievers, man. And it's gonna be a separation in the spirit with these individuals, man, that we gotta be rubbing elbows with, man. Here in Babylon, man. It's gonna be a separation in the spirit, man, because these people are definitely gonna fall by the wayside, and they're gonna be missile food, man.
Because people feel comfortable with being included into the majority, as opposed to standing up for what's right and being a part of the minority. You know what I mean? People don't like to feel ostracized. Everybody want to feel a part of something, feel included, and et cetera, man.
Yeah.
Like, that's not how the Lord rock, man.
Yeah.
Everything with the Lord is contrary to the ways of this world. So if you're not willing to stand up and be ridiculed or called crazy or this, that, and the third, you're not willing to be that eyeball, you ain't fit to be in the Lord's army, man. Because that's what we are. We're considered oddballs, misfits, and miscreants, and offscoring the filth of the world. You know what I'm saying? That's what we are, man.
And meanwhile, they're saying this for pride on a sinking Titanic. Because you come up, what's the premise you really come up against what we're saying is because that means you're in agreement with everything that's being slung towards you to conform in the Western way of society and to conform whatever abomination this man is telling you to accept. That's what you're standing for at the end of the day. Okay? It's not gonna be no great area of what you're talking about, man. It's only gonna be that fork in the road and good and evil, man. That's what it's all gonna boil down to. That's it. You know what I'm saying? People want to just don't want to ruffle feathers. They don't want to. They want it because it's safe. You know what I'm saying?
Politically correct.
Politically correct. You pretty much, man. You still trying to adjust yourself, and this man is just continually just passing abominable laws, abominable decrees. Abominable decrees, abominable laws, and you people are just going ahead and just being conforming to it, man. And just think that everything's okay, but you know that things are not right in the back of your mind. You know things ain't right. Okay, your whole comfortability is about to get pretty much. Comfortability is pretty much about to get upset, man. The comfortability is pretty much is about to go out the window. You see, you got people right now that's out here, doing fuckery, pretty much, man. You see, you out there pretty much doing fuckery, man. And then everybody's pretty much is you see who pretty much is losing faith, man. Within Israel, you're seeing this, man. Okay, and this is what the Lord has set up, man. The Lord has set up these people to fulfill prophecy, to turn aside, and at these last times, man.
Yeah, the scriptures also say, which is very important, It says hate. I forgot where it's at, but you can find it. I'm gonna say it. It says hate the evil and love the good. If you have righteousness and truth, then you're gonna hate evil, and you're gonna love what's good. So that means that what's righteous don't stand with what's wicked. What's wicked don't stand with what's righteous. And the Most High is not one that play the middle of the gray area. He said also, the scripture say, let your yea be yea and nay be nay.
Right.
You know, it's either going to be this or it's going to be that. With, you know, either or.
You can get with this, or
You can get with that.
That's
Right.
it. There's only two ways to go. Like
Yeah.
the brother's talking about, man.
Yeah.
You know, there's only two ways to go, man. Good and evil, man. You're not gonna sit here and you know, be totally against what we're talking about, but then say, "Oh, well, I ain't with that either." But what you talking about then? The Lord ain't with nothing outside of His truth, man. Lord ain't with nothing that y'all talking about, man. You know, you want to create your own little lane. Your lane is wicked at the end of the day. You know, I got something.
Yo, let me just
Yeah,
finish it, right?
Yeah.
This is John 17:18. As thou hast sent me into the world, even so have I also sent them into the world. And for their sakes I sanctify myself, that they also might be sanctified through the truth.
Yeah. And it's being shown, man. We that beacon of light in the world, man. You know? And hey man, listen, man, it's time of reckoning is coming, man. Time of reckoning is coming, man. You know, everybody out here with these little podcasts and you want to give your own little opinion and everything else, though, man. Your opinions don't mean nothing at the end of the day, man. Okay, all it is you line your pockets and pretty much to fill your own belly, you know, with your nonsense content. It's just entertainment at the end of the day, man. Okay, but you're gonna understand that what you're speaking about is small time compared to what's coming, man. You know, this truth is pretty much everything, and people want to have an understanding of that, man. You know, because people are going to be searching for truth, man. It ain't gonna be your own vain opinion and whatever evil suspicion you may have. You see?
Yeah, the people are searching for truth now, but it's going to come a point in time where there's only going to be just the truth, which is Yahawah, Yahawashi, and they're going to have no other way but to accept it when they see the men of the Lord, if they come across the men, or when the Lord fulfilled prophecies, should I say. They're going to remember that, look, them guys that was on the street corners, them Hebrew Israelites, that we sometimes had them in derision,
Right.
you know, as the scriptures say, you know, that you're going to know that these were the true prophets and men of the Lord.
Yeah.
You know?
What's what you said? We said you count their lives as pretty much
Madness.
Yeah, but
Right.
worthless. You know, man,
Yeah.
worthless. You know, they don't look at us as no high esteem. And the Lord's always dealing with underdog, man. You know, you can go all up through the scriptures, man. Okay, from Genesis to Revelation, man. The Lord's always dealing with the underdog, man. You know, Lord has set forth examples, man. You know, okay, from us reading and learning, man. You know, always going for the underdog. You see, all right, the most despised man on earth, the Lord is raising up. You see, all right, that's going to count for something. The Lord's going to get his due props, man. The Lord's going to show you his power on the earth, man.
But he said his name shall be exalted. The brother brought that scripture out. His name shall be exalted.
Mm-hmm.
His name going to be exalted in that day. His name is being exalted now. But the people ain't going to realize this. The nations ain't going to realize until the very end. Until that moment. To where the Lord uplift his own people, the elect. Until he established his name. And how shall crack those clouds, man. And make himself known. You know? Yeah, please.
I want this is Sirach, second chapter. We can want to read several verses down. We can unpack this through the Spirit. Sirach chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
Constantly endure. That's trial of your faith and the patience that we're going through, the sufferings. Constantly endure, no matter what is before you and what's coming against you, endure. In the word, endure in Yahawah, Yahawashi. Go ahead.
And here's a good point right here. And make not haste in a time of trouble.
Don't run and say, look, nah, I'm done with this. I gotta take care of myself. Fuck that. Y'all don't understand. I got responsibilities. Everybody got responsibilities. But we gotta put the Lord first. You know? No matter what it is, you gotta put the Lord first. Somebody may pass away in your family. You gotta put the Lord first. You gotta keep trucking. You gotta keep enduring, man, no matter what it is. Go ahead.
And when people pretty much, when they make haste, okay, there's some women do, because women do make haste and do things, and that's not wisdom. You see? Okay? That's somebody that does makes haste in a time of trouble is not wisdom. And what happens is that you make a haste decision, and that may be your last.
Hey, real quick, in the world, when the world is shit, niggas standing on the block, a couple rivals come up, you know, dudes in your little posse, your little clique. They be like, what up? Nah, fuck, let's go. Alright. And then certain dudes that you chill with start running. You know, like, oh no, like, oh, these niggas ran on us. Now you getting jumped. You know, just using the worldly sense of it, show you that they not fit. They not, you know, they not real.
Right.
They was talking the good game. They was, you know, acting and shit. But when it came down to the get down, they ran. So how much more making haste on the Lord?
Right.
You know, we read the scriptures. You know, we apply the scriptures. We're not just hearers of the word, we're doers of the word. You know, the Lord said he looked within for the sincerity of a man. So inwardly you are sincere. Apostle Paul said, eat the word with faith. If it's not a faith, then it's sin. You know, so certain guys out here in different camps, they put the garments on, they go out, start cutting up Edomites, they memorize scriptures, they learn a couple of precepts and topics, they stay around for a few years, and after 2 years they call themselves elders and shit. You know, and they out there, yeah, they got the stance to it, you know, teaching Israel. They got women coming to the camp, standing before them, sitting down with children, getting the word, you know. But then when the real test come, Jacob's trouble, they ain't nowhere to be found. You know, they're going to deny this truth. They're going to reject the truth. They're going to say, oh, I'm not a part of that no more, man. Or they're going to take the MOTB, the micro C hit. Because they really wasn't those guys, man. So it's very important to, you know, be truthful with yourself. You know, in order to be honest with others, you got to be honest with yourself. You know?
All right, it says, verse 3, cleave unto him and depart not away.
And these are gems. The scripture could be overlooked because it's something simple, basic, one-on-one. But these are the keys. These are those ingredients to make the fine dish. Without these ingredients, you won't be able to please the Lord. There's plenty of ingredients in the scriptures that you use, that are used so that you can make a fine dish. You know, a good meal. You know, great meal, not good, but great. You know?
It says,
These are things that you want to add to the attributes of your ability. You know?
it says, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
Because we have an end. There's a beginning and there's an end. You know, hopefully us brothers, we live until we taken up on the chariot. And we want to be increased. Famine of the word come. What you going to do when the word is, the Lord shut the word up on the internet? You ain't going to be able to watch brothers and get fed. Did you take heed to the lessons? Did you write down those scriptures? Did you study those scriptures? Did you eat the word for yourself? Or you just watching brothers and being a fanboy, being a cheerleader? Brothers, a lot of brothers a couple years ago was getting on brothers, you know, that was out there, you know, brothers come across the page, they say Shalom, and but where your videos at? You go to your channel, you ain't got no videos up. You learned the word, and you've been around for a good year. Brothers got familiar with the subscription.
Yeah.
And then brothers had the spirit. The Lord put the spirit on brothers to get on them guys, because it's like, look, y'all cheerleading. Where your videos at now? It's been a year.
Right.
6 months. You know? You should have learned enough to start putting in your own work so that you can build your house. We all have to build a house. The apostles and elders and bishops here at GreatMillStone teaches us, brothers, to build our house. We have to learn. They give us the right, it's the right way for us to have our own house and build it upon the foundation of Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi. And that's how it's supposed to be. You know?
It says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state.
That's why it's important to teach faith, the ways of salvation. Because every last one of us that know that we're Israelites are going to be tested first. The Lord says he shall start with his house first. So every one of us that know we Israelites, the Lord going to start with us. So now the Lord's going to be beating on your door. He's going to be knocking on your door. Service, service. Hello, hello, you home? You don't answer the door, that's your ass. You're going to have to answer to Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi. This is not a game. It's not a joke. It's not for a merch, you know, for money's sake. Filthy lucre, you know. It's not for some reputation, some fame. You know, we really want to be delivered, man.
Hey, they get guys out there that's pretty much hard in their neck, you know, fitted hats, and like the more we talk about it, the more they want to wear a fitted hat, trying to read the scriptures, man. You know, like it's something that's like, you know, it's like you see, monkey do. It's like everybody that's affiliated with these guys, they're doing the same thing.
Right.
You know?
Shirt fringes. Wear garments as you're supposed to, but everybody hit to the young guys where they come out with shirt fringes.
Yeah.
So a new starter camp for Israel might come out tomorrow, and they're gonna have fringes and logos on their shirts, fringes on their shirts and logos, copying and following these guys instead of following and coming up the right way. You know, coming through the straight gate. These guys are climbing up some other way. You know, they're not going under the banner of none of the true leaders in Israel that started this thing or came through that ladder and won West. You know, Apostle Zahar spoke about that a few days ago in one of the lessons I watched. He was talking about these young guys, they haven't even come through the banner of One West, none of the camps. They just watched the brothers, and then they went out there and did their own thing. And these dudes acting like, and then they call themselves elders. Like, who the fuck are you? Who are y'all? You know, now if you teaching the truth, hey, that's Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi. You know, but if you start teaching false doctrines and then you get mad with brothers in GreatMillStone for getting on you, who the hell are you dudes?
You know,
fucking agents, man.
Yeah,
you know,
there's no reference, you know, to the elders and apostles.
Then you're gonna give double honors to one apostle but not give it to the others.
Right.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's wicked.
And you know, like I said, it wasn't for the apostles, man. You know, a lot of these old stories, you know, about One West, man, we would have never known about.
Right.
So, you know, they give you the history, and you can never get tired of listening, hearing the stories, man. Even if they're telling the same story, you know. You know, they may have told the story, you know, 10, 20 times on videos, but you never get tired of it, though. You know, you know, you look at things as the apostle said, it's a similitude. And you just put yourself in that situation of how they was dealing with certain things and how men were back then.
Every time they go into telling, you know, teaching us brothers and giving us those gems, you learn something new every time.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, and in the back you are, the scriptures speak on we fall into other men's labors. So that lets you know that this thing of Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi is a ladder. It's a ladder. It's one ladder. And we build upon the ladder, and every time you grow, you just move up on the ladder, because it's a growing process. We're a part of this building, all right? It's the tabernacle of David. Every brother is like a brick. It's not you're not gonna build the Lord's house with a different foundation for you fools talking about new wine and new covenant shit and teach a false doctrine. You basically trying. Here it is, the house is almost fully built, and then you got these ninjas trying to start over and build a new house, a different building that has nothing to do with the original. There's only one. There is no other. There's only one. There is no other.
Right.
You know? They don't understand that.
These guys building the Tower of Babel, man. You know? That's they trying to do. You know, you forsaking what the Lord has pretty much set up and built. You know, when you think of spiritually, man, you see the apostles' journey through One West. You see the journey, and you can't see it who through the spirit or who the Lord was dealing with, man, I don't know what to tell you, man. You know, you can't take anything that what they're saying about these stories, you know, and pretty much, you know, it's really it's all truth, you know, and it's not to where, oh well, that's your side of the story. No, this is what is true, because all these other guys that's pretty much used to be part of One West, that's heads of other camps now, they're not going into the history. They're not going into how wicked the things were.
And they ain't going into prophecy.
You know, and it ain't going into prophecy right now. Right now we should be in the spirit of prophecy, man. That's the spirit of Yahawashi, man. And none of these guys are doing that, though, man. Okay, how many times you gonna keep on saying the white man's the devil, man? You know, okay. Let you tell it. Let mainstream media tell it. That's all they're gonna say. This is, man. We talking about salvation, man. Okay, so these people that's talking and don't know nothing about this truth and gonna try to demonize it, man. We're on a much higher level than which people wanted to perceive to be, man.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
we're trying to get salvation, man. You don't even know. They don't even know what's coming, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say real quick. That's a good point you made,
Mhm.
because this truth is not all about the white man's the devil. It's way more than that. But they label us if that's all they could get. That's the radical that they want to entice other people to come against the truth. Is that's all it is? No, we're more educated and what's the word? We're more educated and knowledgeable and intelligent and more intelligent than that. The word is not just the white man's the devil, man. You know?
That's pretty well appreciated.
I was gonna say there's more than just being an Israelite too, man. You know, it's a lot more. Now I was gonna say as far as those guys, and I'll be damned if somebody starts a new thing. You know how long it's gonna take? We already ready to get out of here, and here you're gonna start a whole new thing? Nah, man, I want to get out of here. It's gonna take too long.
The Lord don't forsake his old friend.
Nah,
What's that? It's a scripture in the Apocrypha. I forgot where it's at, but you not
6, I think. I just wanted to.
when you don't forsake your old friend that you labor with, you been with, because if you've been with a brother that's faithful and he in the word and the brother is in the truth, and you went through ups and downs with the brother, and the down, you don't forsake him for a new friend. I forgot, it's something like that. You think the Heavenly Father and his son
got it.
is going to forsake the ones he been so long dealing with, bearing long with?
I got it.
Go ahead, Al.
This is Ecclesiasticus or Sirach chapter 9 and verse 10. Forsake not an old friend, for the new is not comparable to him. A new friend is as new wine. When it is old, thou shalt drink it with pleasure.
That cut them dudes that was like last week, the topic of last week, from London, them weirdos, that brothers from London, GMS London cursed out. They cursed them dudes out. And this dude talking about the new wine. The new wine. Read that again.
Come on. Forsake not an old friend, for the new is not comparable to him.
You think as perfect as Yahawah BaHaSham Yahawashi is, that he's going to forsake his old friends, the ones that he's been bearing along with, that have been sighing and crying, that have been teaching his truth for many years, and he's been dealing with them, taking care of them, showing them mercy, bailing them out, removing demons from them so they're not destroyed, and he just going to choose the new ones over them?
Nah.
That ain't happening. Go ahead.
A new friend is as new wine. When it is old, thou shalt drink it with pleasure.
Right, new wine. When you see new wine, his brother, he's real good for wine. Real quick. Brother live and shit, bringing new wine or whatever. You be like, hey, how it tastes good, Yeah, it's a good one, And then brothers get hit to, alright. Yeah, it's alright, but you don't know the drunk behind the wine. You're familiar with how it's gonna make you feel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But an old wine, yeah. Let me get that poppy. You already know. You know when you go in the store. Yo, let me get that pop. Yeah, give me that. Yep. But with new wine, you gotta test it out.
You don't know.
And old wine, it's been proven. The Lord is with the ones that's been proven. So even as brothers. Like you mentioned earlier, the situation. that we was talking about. But that's neither here nor there. Go ahead,
I
Al.
was gonna say too, Salakia, because there it is when it comes to old wine too. There's memories behind that old wine. You know what I'm saying? I know certain names. You know what I'm saying? When you drink a certain wine, you're like, dang, and you think about all the bad and good times that you had with this certain wine, this bottle. You know? So it's the same thing.
But even in this wicked society, man, they value old wine more valuable. You know, when you get into the vintage years, you know, this is I want that 1978
Yeah.
down the pipe now.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, something like that. You want 1978, you want that vintage bottle. You know, which goes here is much more value because why? The value of that bottle is several $1,000s, man. You know, you're paying hundreds of dollars for a pour of the class. You know, they value older wine much more, even in society. What more the Lord of saying that old wine, that vintage, you get the history and it pretty much is, and it's much more settled and it was dealt with, you know, putting it in the oak barrels and you know, and fermenting into there's something that is so, you know, that you can't compare to the new wine.
To make wine, it has to, you have to get it to get old. You know, like you start making wine, you're gonna end up drinking it a year from now. You know, if you really want it perfected, people who was into wine, and then over the years it gets better and better and better and better. You know?
That's something real quick. So St. John 15 and 14. Actually 13, 14, real quick. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. Ye are my friends if you do whatsoever I command you.
I was thinking something.
You know? So it's like, you know, the apostles and elders of GreatMillStone, they've been doing what, you know, Yahawashi been saying. So they definitely like, you know, Yahawashi, you know, I say top friends and stuff. You know? But for you to, like you were saying, you know, the scriptures say change not an old friend. They've been going for what, 30 plus years? The scriptures say, a man that has much experience will declare wisdom. So of course he's not going to change them for somebody else.
Yeah, this is, you know, brothers just speaking on scriptures that it's understanding. That's what it is. It's understanding. If you read the scriptures and you read with understanding and the Lord gave it to you, you will understand these things. It's not a big deal. You know, brothers ain't going deep. It's just, it is what it is. It's the truth. But other guys that don't have it, that the Lord ain't give that understanding to, they make themselves to look like fools out here. You know, you think you're doing something new. It's the same shit when you a woman or a man first start hearing this truth and he believe, but he's not brought up the right way. What he does is he think that the prophets of the Lord ain't doing enough outside because they looking at views and things like that, or they think that the brothers could win over if they didn't speak a certain way. They dare say if y'all didn't speak a certain way, you know, you could win over this, you could win over them like this. So they start making videos on social media and trying to teach the word, thinking they could do it and speed up this thing. You're not going to speed this thing up. The Lord is the time clock. He already set forth the prophets. We're waiting upon him. Jake got that mindset. I'm telling you, they got that mindset. So when they start doing this shit on social media and they think that they're going to reach more people than the actual prophets that have been teaching for years.
Right. And that's going into drinking the cup unworthily. You know, you're going in for the wrong reasons. And then on top of that, you're not even growing. You're just thinking about cutting this dude with the scriptures. It's like it's more than that, man. You know, you got to think about your salvation. How can you be saved? How can we do this? We can't just cut people with the scriptures, you know?
Oh, I got some. I close this. You guys know what I'm saying? All right, this is Romans 13:11, because the title is The Time is Short. So this is Romans 13:11. In that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. The night is far spent and the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness and let us put on the armor of light. Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying, but put ye on the Lord Yahawashi Mashiach, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof. So the time is short, man. So time is short. knowing that the time, and that knowing the time that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. That's the point. That's the message.
So, with that, I hope the segment was edifying. And we'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory
To Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi, BaHaSham, Qadash.
the Bawan to the apostle and elders of GreatMillStone. And Shalom to like up there, those who are faithful, they love and sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom to y'all on the comment board as well. Shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
Peace, peace. How do I turn it off? Oh, all right.